Hello, everybody. Stephen Mead with Domicile Real Estate here. Real estate for people who love houses. This is another episode of our show, Window Shopping, where we basically take a look at kind of a cool architectural home that's for sale. And something I want to talk about before we launch into the house this week is something that's kind of I've been thinking about for a long time. If you are a person in Southern California who loves architectural homes, especially mid-century modern homes, which is a lot of you, one of the things that you probably think of is if I said, think of a mid-century modern home, the first thing that comes to mind is probably an Eichler home. And we love Eichler homes. Maybe if you're a little bit more knowledgeable, maybe Cliff May homes come to mind. But the reality is that across Southern California, Cliff May homes and Eichler homes represent maybe 3% of the cool houses that are out there. I mean, and that's really a generous estimate. And I think that's one of the problems, that there are all these crazy undiscovered neighborhoods and really cool houses out there, but they just don't get the press and people don't know about them. And the homes aren't always remodeled as well, and they don't look magazine worthy. And this week, we kind of have a house that's exactly like that, which is why I'm going for this. It's a neighborhood that I've been following for years. It's one of my favorite neighborhoods. It's kind of an unusual location. It's called Niguel West. So it is a neighborhood that we've been following for quite a while. These are modernist homes that were built in the in the 1960s, in the mid to late 1960s, by an architect named George Bissell, who designed a bunch of custom homes in Newport Beach and then some tract homes in Laguna, Niguel, very close to the Dana Point border, which is where this one is, and then also in San Clemente as well. So I want to go ahead and get started and launch in, because this is really a cool house, and I think most people don't even know where these houses are. So let's jump to it. So here we are in the home in Niguel West. This is 31711 Grand Canyon Drive, Laguna, Niguel. This home is listed by Randy Ora with Berkshire Hathaway HomeService. But of course, we do recommend that you have your own representation. We'd like for that representation to be us. We probably know more about these houses than just about anybody else. And I want you to look at the beginning, right? I mean, the other thing to note is this is a 2,600 square foot house built in the mid 1960s, right? These homes were very, very high-end homes, even from the get-go when they were constructed and they were built. They're on larger than average 10,000 square foot lots. And if you take a look here at the front, you're greeted with garage on the bottom. There's some space down below, and then you've got a good amount of the main living areas up top. And we're going to step inside here into this house, and you're going to get to see there's kind of this cool entryway where you've got some bedrooms downstairs, and then you've got stairs that go up. So this is that entryway that you were just taking a look at there. So looking at the entryway, this is one of the bedrooms you've got downstairs, but this is that upper living area, and you have this wall of glass that just looks out to the hillsides below. This house has some very nice wood flooring in it. They've done a little bit of a cool fireplace treatment. I'm not entirely sure that I like what they've picked for that tile there, but these are kind of a cool shape to the fireplace. What I like about this house is that even when these were built from day one, the kitchens were almost kind of a semi-open concept. And that's really unusual for the 1960s. In this particular home, we'll scroll through here, you'll be able to see that the kitchen has actually been remodeled already on this. And you'll notice this wall here where the refrigerator goes, this wall only goes halfway up. So, you absolutely have kind of this sense of an open kitchen that you really don't get in a lot of houses from this era. You also have a deck here off to the side. These homes were built, despite having a large lot, they also have a lot of decks. And what I like about the condition of this house is, I'm going to talk about this a little bit later. Some of the details are definitely wrong. I don't like them. However, this is a house you could move into right away. The kitchens and the baths have been done. There's a dining area here, and again, you can kind of see this deck off to the side. This is the primary bedroom. It's located upstairs on the main living level. Really, these rooms are very, very generously sized. Large primary bathroom here, as you can see. These bathrooms have been remodeled. This is another bedroom on the main level here. One thing I want to identify real quick is you'll notice these little lines. These are called mullions, and I think they really don't look quite right on modern homes. So, that's one of those little details in this house that I think isn't quite right. We've got some paneled doors here. Not really the right detail for a house like this. It looks like someone kind of did a little bit of a remodel job. They staged it with modern furniture. They did the kitchens and baths right, which is probably the most important part. However, they kind of got some of these details aren't exactly right. This is kind of one of the rooms that is located downstairs. You'll see some tile flooring down here. This is that side deck that you see. This is the deck along the front of the house. You can see the hills and things around here. I mean, really, this is a very nice development, and it's located very close to the Dana Point border. So you are less than a mile from the ocean in this location. Some more pictures of that master bathroom. And this is the backyard. And this is kind of a little bit of a point of contention for me. This is a big backyard. This is a private backyard. And all I'm really seeing is just a big slab of concrete. And it feels like such a missed opportunity with a house like this. I mean, look at the size of this side yard even is just humongous on this house. There is so much untapped potential in this house in the yard. The front is another area where I think this house could really shine. This is a very majestic shape to this house. It's a very classic, iconic shape and design, and yet we've kind of got tan stucco and a checkerboard driveway. It seems like a real missed opportunity. And that kind of leads me to my next point here. This house is listed at $1.6 million. I'm not going to even lie and try to tell everybody that that's an affordable number. It's not. What I like is this is a house you can move into. And I think this house has every bit of potential of being a $2 million house within several years. I think the potential is there. It's a large lot. There's really a lot going for a house like this. I just don't think any of that potential is being realized. So now let's jump in. We're going to talk about what we would change. I know we touched upon some of those already, and then we're going to go over the numbers. What does it cost to live in something like this? So what would we do? First of all, the little details need to be fixed. I think this is something you can do over time in a house like this. You don't have to do it all at once. As I mentioned, the kitchen, the bathrooms, the flooring, most of it is in really good shape. I think you've got a good base. But those mullion windows, paneled doors, I think the baseboards are wrong too. I didn't even put that in here. The exterior in this house could also be a showstopper on the front, especially, and it's not. I think just having tan everything is not really doing this house any justice. I really think working with an architect, you could kind of develop this into what would appear to be a custom home on the outside. It has that level of potential. We've got a big lot in Orange County, a 10,000 square foot lot near the ocean. That is pretty much unheard of, a huge amount of opportunity, and it's really underutilized. I don't think this lot is being used for anything at the moment, and it very well could be. And then that lower level flooring really needs to go that tile. I think in a home like this, that lower level, you want to connect that space to the upstairs. And the best way to do that is by having a unified flooring throughout. And then finally, make this house the $2 million house that it could be. I think it has all the potential there, and it's unrealized. So what does it cost? Well, this is the unfortunate part. Nice houses do cost money. Let's take a look for a second at 10% down. Our total payment is going to be $73.44 is our estimate. But there's some good news in this figure, right? $2,400 of that is going towards principal. So the reality is, could you ever rent a house like this for $5,000? The answer is no. You couldn't rent a house like this for $5,000. This house is firmly in the more expensive category if you wanted to rent it. Now, if you have 20% down, things do look a little bit better. A total payment goes down to $7,000. Right. But I think the big thing here is that, let's see, and I'm trying to figure out why is our math a little off. You know what? This is 2 weeks in a row. I have the wrong numbers. Our payment is actually I think it's in that kind of $6,400 neighborhood, and 2,200 of that is going towards principal. Really, I think that this is one of those situations. I'm not going to call this affordable or inexpensive, but if you're the kind of person who's looking to rent $5,000 or $6,000 a month, this is very much a house that is sort of in a similar level of affordability. I also like that there's a lot of upside on a house like this. I think the location is great. That sort of South Orange County coastal region, to be able to get a big lot and an architectural home of a good size. I mean, 2,600 square feet is a big house. I don't think you're going to run out of a lot of room. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. We love the comments, especially when they come publicly, but if you want to do private comments too, like some of you've done, and emails, we love that too. If you'd like to take a look at this house, and believe me, we would like to take a look at it, definitely reach out to us. You'll kind of see the information in the description down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will see you tomorrow if you're on our YouTube channel for our first time home buyer market update. Thanks so much, everybody.